Hello everyone, welcome back to the Little Shop of Hoarders and the PDX Picker channel. My name's Chris. We're going to pull some orders that sold for me on eBay. We're also going to talk a little bit about the success or lack thereof of running promotions on your eBay store. So stick around right after the intro song and we'll get to pulling those orders and talking about that topic.
Wanna buy that Farrah Fawcett poster? There's dispensers and a toaster. Don't know why. That kind of stuff you throw away. I'll sell on eBay.
All right, so we have 13 orders going out today. Not too bad. Part of that topic that we're talking about today is running promotions on your store. The reason for that is I'm currently running a promotion on my store. Two separate ones that we will pull some items along the way that are part of that promotion. But let's go ahead and get started and pull the first item. I picked this lot of Goosebumps books. Goosebumps books. Easy for me to say, I guess. At a garage sale about... It was last year. And here they are right here inside this bag. There's 49 total. They were sitting in my death pile for a long time. I paid $20 for all of these. The buyer, or the garage sale person selling them, was originally listing for 50 cents each. I decided to ask if they were willing to do a bundle, and they were, so $20 for all of those. And they sold in just a couple of days. No more than 3 or 4 days for $100 plus shipping. I took an offer on that. I originally had it listed for $125, but very happy with the $100 value on that one. So these were books, I think I had 1 through 45 or 1 through 44 in order. So that was very helpful. You can't always just buy a bunch of random Goosebumps books and expect to lot them together and get this much money. So there was a big chunk of them that were in succession, and then I had, I don't know, 4 or 5 extras that were just random ones here and there. Anyway, that was a great sale. So let's move on to the next one. This is another item that's not part of my promotion, and found this at the Goodwill outlet. Went there a couple weeks ago with my son Jonas. Well, my camera battery died and I don't have an extra one, and I'm kind of on a time crunch, so we're going to switch to my phone. Might see a difference in video quality or whatever during this video. That's the reason why I apologize in advance. So back to this item. I don't know exactly where I was, so let's start again. We have this Roughwear life jacket. Picked it up at the Goodwill outlet for, it weighs virtually nothing, so I think it was about 65 cents that I paid for it, and that sold relatively quickly, no more than about 3 or 4 weeks, for $49.95 plus shipping on that one. So Roughwear, definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for. This next one's a little bit interesting, a little bit nervous about this. I'll keep you updated on how it turns out, but last week I sold 4 of these Mission Max Muscle Rehab roll-on stick things. Let me show you here. Whoa! So we have these that I bought at a my favorite thrift store, right around $1-ish each. Somebody bought 4 of them last week. They messaged me and said that they got some sort of notification that their PayPal payment didn't go through. So they are afraid that they're not going to get the item, so they went ahead and ordered the final remaining 3 that I had in stock to make sure that they wanted to make sure that this payment went through. Well, I never had any issues. I don't know what eBay would have said or told me if there were any issues with the payment along the way. So I messaged the buyer, said, hey, I didn't have any issues with your original order. I shipped those already. They are on the way. Let me know if you want to cancel these. Didn't hear back, so I'm going to go ahead and ship these. A little bit nervous that somehow this is some sort of scam that I'm not fully versed on enough to, avoid it and not fall for it. But maybe, obviously this person, they bought 4 already. They must really like this brand of muscle rehab stuff, roll-on gel. Maybe they just wanted to go ahead and buy all the rest of these 3. So whatever it is. So anyway, I sold those 3 for a total of $65.70. That's free shipping. It cost me about $6 to ship those, so another $59. All told, I made approximately $200 on about a $15 purchase. So that turned out to be a really good one. Bit surprised on that one, but hey, you never know sometimes. Okay, this next item that sold, I decided to list another one of my Furrow magazines or newspapers, however you want to describe them. And one had sold on auction maybe 2 weeks ago. And it only got $61 and some cents on auction. So I was a bit bummed about that. I was hoping to get closer to 100. I listed another one, not on auction, just as a buy it now, for $100. Got an offer relatively quickly in a couple of days for $50. I countered at $75 and they accepted, so I sold this one for $75. It's this one here. I don't know how well that's going to come through. It's the boy chasing the rooster, or the chicken, I guess that is. And this one has some fading to it. I think the top half was visible, so there's a real line right there that is where there's discoloration. I disclosed that in the listing. Sold it for $75 to the same buyer that bought the other one. So there's a good chance that when I list my last one, which I'm going to again do on Buy It Now instead of auction, maybe that buyer will buy the third one as well. So first 4 items here. We have a $100 sale, we have a $50 sale, we have a $65 sale, and a $75 sale. So we're coming out guns blazing with some great sales. Now we start to come into some of the little ones. This first item that sold, actually not on my sale, but it could have been. It definitely qualified because it was listed for well over a year, but the price on it I was asking was so low that if I took any sort of percentage off, it was, well, and it's also free shipping was the listing. So that's maybe lesson number 1 when it comes to promotions, is I don't usually ever put anything that I have listed, any item that's listed with free shipping, I don't put on a promotion, because it's very easy to get lost in the fact that if you have free shipping on an item that's, say, $25 and you put it at 50% off, now it's at $12.50. Somebody decides to send you an offer for $9 or something and you accept it, it might cost you more than $9 just to ship the item. So I don't want to potentially trap myself in a situation like that. So I just try to avoid any items that I have on free shipping. I try to avoid putting them in my promotion. So that was the case with this one. This was sold for $9.90 free shipping. It's just something I bought at the Goodwill outlet over a year ago. It's a Memorex CD cassette adapter. So this is for a portable CD player that you want to play in your car. All you younger folks will have no idea what this is probably, but the older generation, I just had some nostalgia when I saw this. Is the only real reason I bought it. But plug this into your portable CD player, then put this cassette into your car cassette player. And I don't know how, but by the magic of something, your car can then play CDs, even though it's only a cassette stereo. So that sold for $9.90 free shipping. Probably bought that for 25 cents back in the day. This item was definitely on my promotion, and I went ahead, even though it was free shipping, I originally had the item listed for, I think, $35 free shipping. So I knew that if I did sell it, I was still going to be able to make a little bit of money, and that's what it is. It's going to be a little bit of money, maybe $4 or $5. I only spent $1 on this club. It's not a good club. I don't know why. I think this might have come with some other clubs that I bought. It is this 11 wood by Confidence offset. $17 free shipping on that. Don't recommend picking these up, but hey, it sold eventually, so can't fault that, I guess. The only bummer about it is I'm going to have to make a special trip to UPS to ship it off. So let's just get into the topic a little bit more. Promotions in general. Do they work? When do you use them? How do you use them? I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of experience with this already. Under the marketing tab, there are several options. One of those is discounts. And if you click on discounts, it takes you to kind of a hub page for the discounts. Then in the upper right corner, there is a little button with drop-down menu that says create discount. You click on that, and specifically what I'm referring to is the sale event option. Click on that, and then you are taken to a page where you can choose what percentage off you want. So like what discount do you want to give to your buyers on particular items? It's got to be a minimum of 10%. I think the maximum is probably I'm sure it's up there 80, 90% or something of that nature. Usually in the past, what I have done is I start on, sometimes I'll run a 10% off discount just to get my store running. Maybe if things have been a little sluggish, a little slow, I'll run 10% off of maybe all of my items in my store. That's really simple and easy. But normally what you do is you choose the percentage off, and then the next screen it'll take you to is you can choose which items you want to include in that discount. So as I said, if I'm doing a store-wide sale, that's really easy. You can just click the Select All button, and all of the items in your store will be part of the sale. Of course, you want to be careful with that if you're going to do, again, things with free shipping, but with a 10% off sale or something small like that, you're probably going to be safe no matter what. When you get into the larger sales, 30% off, 50% off, all the sales are in increments of 10%, which is kind of a bummer. I really like the idea of a 25% off sale. I think that is just a nice round number that a lot of other companies, department stores and things of that nature will often run a 25% off sale. I wish eBay had that option, but they don't. Or if they do, I don't know how to choose it. Maybe I'm just being silly. After you choose the percent discount that you want to settle on, then I mentioned you get the option to choose the items. So this will give you a nice list of what the item is, the current price on it, the shipping amount, lots of information to help you make an informed decision on whether or not you want to include that in the sale. There are also ways that you can filter this information, and I'm going to pull that up specifically so that I can give you the exact right verbiage on that. Quick update, I just went to the to choose the percentage off option, and right away now you're able to choose every single dollar or every single percentage, including the 25% off number. I don't know if maybe that wasn't the case in the future or it just changed and somehow eBay read my mind. Either way, that's good news because, like I said, in the future, I really like the idea of running a 25% off sale. You can also choose just a flat amount to take off each item, like take $10 off, $5 off. I think $5 is the minimum, and the discount, 5% minimum, maximum is 80%. So those are the discounts. They're the range of options that you can choose. So if you're going to select individual items, you can choose up to 2,000 items per discount. So if you have a huge store of 10, 15,000 items, you're only going to be able to choose 2,000, a maximum of 2,000 per sale that you run. If you're choosing individual items, you can also create a sale off of categories. So if you're going to, so let's say you have a bunch of books, you have a bunch of toys, you have a bunch of one type of category that you want to get rid of, shoes, clothes, whatever it is, you can actually choose that category and it will then put the discount on all those items in that category. And if that's the option that you choose, you can actually include up to 20,000 items. So that's definitely an option that would probably be better for those bigger stores out there. But let's just say you're going to do a smaller sale on just a particular items that you pick and choose from. There are two categories or ways to filter your items that I think are really beneficial to running a good sale. One is the price. So usually if you're running a certain percentage off, maybe you don't want to give a 30% off or a 50% off discount on an item that's only $10. That's really lowering the price, the final price that you're going to get to barely anything. But you can put a filter on there so that it will only show you all of your items in your store that are above a certain price or within a certain range. Maybe you have some high dollar items that are $400 and above. You don't want to put those on a big discount. So you're going to choose a range or filter out all the items that are between $10 and $400, let's say. The next option, which I think is much more valuable, is you can filter your items based off of the days on site. So if you have items that have been in your inventory, have been in your store for forever, this is how you can try and target those items to put them on a steep discount and try and blow them out and get them out of your inventory. We don't want those items. Nobody seems to want them in general. We don't want them. The buyers don't want them. They just clog up your store. They clog up your storage. And items in your inventory that aren't selling, it doesn't look good for your numbers. It looks like you have, eBay might look at that as part of their algorithm and say, oh, look at this seller. They have 30% of their items in their store just never sell. Maybe we're not going to promote that seller as much. I don't know how it works. I'm just guessing, but
moral of the story is, if nobody wants those items, why would you want to keep them? So let's put them on a big discount. So let's say you want to choose items that have been on your site for more than 180 days, that's 6 months. And so you use a range, more than 180 days. You have to put a maximum day total on there. You can't just do anything 180 and above. You need to put another number in the field. So choose something super high like 5,000. Chances are you don't have anything in your store that are more than 5,000 days. And if you do, geez, get rid of that thing. But that way, that range of items, whether it's the days on the site and the price, or you can do just one or the other. You can do just the price, you can do just the days on site, or you can do both. Then it'll pull all those items up, and then you can pick and choose which ones you want to include in your promotion. Again, for me, I try and weed out a lot of the lower dollar items that have free shipping. I don't use free shipping on very many of my items, a small portion. Normally it's items that are also for sale on Amazon, for example. Those are often the ones that I will put free shipping, because I know people will generally compare the eBay price to the Amazon price, and most of the time on Amazon things are free shipping, so I'm trying to be competitive in that nature. But beside that, I usually don't use free shipping because it can cause issues, specifically on a situation like this with a promotion where you can accidentally sell an item for less than what it even costs to ship it, which is clearly not a good idea. So then after you choose the items that you want to include in your promotion, you can then run it for a certain time period. I generally run it for 30 days. That's the default. And so your sale will run for that 30 days and then just automatically stop after that. You can run it for fewer days. You can run it for more days than that. I have run Black Friday promotion in the past. So the weekend, actually I ran it for I think 3 days, the whole week, or 4 days maybe, the day after Thanksgiving through Monday, which is Cyber Monday. So you can run targeted shorter promotions as well. But if you're just trying to get rid of inventory, usually the longer the promotion, the better. That will increase the chances that somebody is going to finally see your item and the fact that it's on sale. All right, that's how promotions work. Do they work? Again, not how do they work, but do they work in general? Yes, of course they do. Any item that is worth buying, if somebody eventually searches for it and sees that it's on sale, they are going to want to buy it. One issue that I run into a lot that is very frustrating, this is just food for thought when it comes to promotions, is almost all of my items I list with a best offer option. Okay. When I'm discounting an item by 30% or 50%, and then it still has the best offer feature turned on, people will still send you offers even lower than what your steep discount already is. It's kind of frustrating. It kind of bothers me because I'm already discounting the item significantly. You know, I had a Polo Ralph Lauren kids shirt that was originally $39.95 free shipping. It's been in my store for a long time, probably about a year, and so I put it on a 50% discount. So it's now basically $20. Somebody sent me an offer for $15. I countered and said for $19.50, and I put in a note there that said, hey, the item is already significantly discounted. Please just accept this offer. This is the lowest I'll go. Well, they probably didn't read my message because they ended up countering multiple times, even though I kept declining the offers, because for some reason they just couldn't spend more than about $17 on the item. They sent me an offer for $15. They sent me an offer for $15.50. They sent me an offer for $17. And finally, after the third time of declining their offer, they decided they weren't going to buy the item. Whatever. I think it's crazy that somebody is willing to spend $17 on an item but not $20. And that also, to me, screams like that's a really good chance of either being a return or a negative feedback. So I was very happy that they ended up not buying that shirt. It's just, again, it's crazy human nature that people go through they have to get a deal. They have to get something cheaper than what the asking price is. It bothers me. It shouldn't. It's part of the cost of doing business on eBay, but whatever, it is what it is. So back to, do promotions work? Yes, they work. There are positives and negatives, as I mentioned. The sales, for me, it's not like I sell every one of the items that I put up for sale. This just doesn't happen. I have now put, there's a series of items that I have put through multiple sales at different times of the year, and they're still not selling. At this point, I am ready to cut my losses, and any of those items that I haven't sold after the end of this sale, I'm going to just delist and donate. They're clearly just something that people won't buy at any price. It is what it is. We don't always hit 100% on the items that we source. I don't have too many of those items, thankfully. We're probably looking at no more than, say, out of the 820 items that I have listed right now, we're probably looking at no more than 25, maybe closer to like 10 or 15 of those types of items. But anyway, promotions do work, sales do work. They're not a cure-all. It's not going to get rid of every piece of inventory that you have that you haven't been able to sell for a long time. But you can definitely clear out some of those things that have been sitting in there for months and months and months. All right, let's go back to pulling the rest of the orders. This is another item that was sitting in my inventory for a long time, so this went to 50% off. It is a gunned duck right here. This little guy, I bought it at my church rummage sale last year. Had it listed for $15. Eventually put it on the 50% off sale, and somebody bought that for $7.50 plus shipping. And the next item that sold is a Jeep toy that I bought at the yard sale a few weeks back that had a bunch of the older toys. I think this is the 4th or 5th item that I've sold. Bought this for $5. This is one that's a candidate for restoration, or maybe just throw it on the shelf as is. It's an old tin toy, Japanese made. Bought it for $5 and took an offer for $18 plus shipping. It has some condition issues. We're missing the top of a figure here, and clearly the paint has seen better days, but still has some value. Sold it for $18. This item sold for me really quickly. I have found that LL Bean bags, backpacks, bags of any sort, I don't know about suitcases, but duffel bags, things of that nature, have a pretty good sell-through rate for whatever reason. And this item is no different. Bought this for $2 at a yard sale on Friday and listed it, I think, that same day. And it already sold, so sold within 3 days or 2 days. This is an LL Bean travel bag, like a bathroom ditty bag. It's got a bunch of pockets, a bunch of stuff inside it. Bought that for $2 and it sold for $20.95 plus shipping. And then we're back one more time to another set of items that took forever to sell. This was in my 50% off sale. So I had mentioned before that I bought a group of, I don't know, maybe 10 Edison cylinders, you know, the old school, basically records that came about in, I don't know, the late 1890s, early 1900s. I lotted these 3 together because they were all the same type. They're this Edison Amberol record, this green one. So if you take off the top here, this is what they look like. You know, the needle would play on here and the sound would come out. These are, I don't know when they're from, but very, very old. Sold these 3 for $15 plus shipping. Again, those are part of my 50% off sale. Originally had them for $30. They're not great sales. I have made a profit. I sold one for $30 plus on its own. But in general, I'm sure there's good ones out there. I don't know what they are. Wouldn't even know. I mean, you could look in the solds, eBay solds, and find which ones sell better than others. But in general, I'm not going to buy any of those unless they're like $1 each. This item sold, just a local sale. This is an Oregon Ducks hoodie. I believe it's a Fanatics brand. Picked this up at the Goodwill outlet. Probably spent about $3 on it. Not going to make a ton of money. It's being shipped locally, so it'll probably cost me about $6 to ship, but I only sold it for $15 free shipping. And 2 more items left. Both of these toy related. Both of these not high dollars, but decent sales. I'm in the profit already on both of these sales. The first one is a Troll Doll lot. I will end up showing you the picture on the screen, what was included in here. But there's a lot of, I think, 6 troll dolls. I'm, like I said, already in the profit on these, but these 6 sold for $15 plus shipping. And I think I have 3 more lots left, about $15 each plus shipping. So I think I spent a total of right around $15. At the end of it all, when I eventually sell them, I'll probably have $75 in total sales. And then the last sale beyond that is another lot of action figures that I sold. I'll also have to throw this picture up on the screen, but it's this bunch of figures here. This is a lot of 7 X-Men figures, Toy Biz, different types. They're not, the only thing they have in common is that they are X-Men. But I'm well on the profit on these action figure items as well. That lot of 7 sold for $20 plus shipping. All right, that's it for the video today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this in the future. Thanks so much. Good luck in all of your reselling efforts and all that you do. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.